The email arrived at 6:47 a.m. I was still in bed, hotel curtains half open, ocean light cutting the room into clean, indifferent lines. Subject: role elimination and severance update. I didn't open it immediately. That pause mattered, because somewhere inside me something already knew. When I finally read it, my pulse didn't change. Your position has been eliminated, effective immediately. Due to policy violations, your severance package is revoked. No greeting, no signature warmth, just policy, just punishment. I smiled, not because it was funny, but because it was precise. 3 hours earlier, I had declined a call. HR, my wife's sister. She wanted me to quickly help with a crisis, on my approved vacation, after midnight. I said no, politely, professionally. That was the moment she chose to kill my career. I lay there listening to the hum of the air conditioner and thought about how interesting it was that she used policy as a weapon, because policy was my specialty. I replied with one word, thanks. Then I put the phone face down. Outside, waves kept their rhythm. Inside, something cold sat up straight. People think betrayal is loud. It isn't. It's quiet, administrative, written in company fonts. My wife had been distant for months, not cold, worse, careful. Her sister, the HR director, suddenly became attentive, inviting me to lunches, asking about my projects, my contracts. At home, my wife would watch me like I was a variable, not a man, a risk. I remembered small things. Her sister insisting I move my employment agreement to the new internal system. My wife asking oddly specific questions about severance clauses. Late-night work calls between them. I didn't accuse, I observed. When you confront too early, you lose data. And then there was the affair. I never saw them together, didn't need to. Phones don't lie, people do. Deleted messages leave patterns. Calendar overlaps tell stories. My wife's gym sessions aligned perfectly with her sister's HR offsites. They weren't sleeping together, they were aligning, removing me. I was an inconvenience, a liability with rights. So when the termination email came, it wasn't shocking, it was confirmation. They thought they'd cornered me. They didn't realize I had written the corner. I didn't call a lawyer, I didn't need one yet. I opened my cloud drive. There it was, employment agreement, original execution copy, version before HR updates, before silent amendments. I had insisted on one clause years ago, buried, ignored, executive exit protection, board disclosure requirement. If terminated without cause during approved leave, any severance dispute triggered mandatory clause review in open board session. Not arbitration, not private, public, recorded. I forwarded the termination email to legal, no commentary, just attachment. Then I waited. At home, I said nothing. My wife asked how vacation was going. I told her it was peaceful. She smiled too fast. Her sister texted me that afternoon, "Let's keep this professional." I didn't reply. Silence unnerves people who think they're in control. 2 days later, the calendar invite arrived. Emergency board review, legal compliance, mandatory attendance. My wife didn't sleep that night. I did. The boardroom smelled like expensive coffee and fear. I sat at the far end, quiet, observing. My wife's sister avoided my eyes. The CEO smiled nervously. Legal counsel cleared his throat. As per Clause 14C, he said, the exit conditions must be read aloud. The room shifted. My wife looked at her sister, confused, then alert. The lawyer continued. Termination during approved leave constitutes breach. Severance cannot be revoked. Additionally, he paused, any retaliatory action by HR leadership triggers personal liability and immediate disclosure. The coffee cup slipped. Ceramic shattered. No one laughed. My wife's sister went pale. My wife finally looked at me, really looked. She opened her mouth. I didn't. The lawyer finished. Silence followed. Then I stood, slow, controlled. "I won't be staying," I said, "but I will be compensated." I slid a folder across the table. Inside, message logs, calendar alignments, HR policy manipulations. No commentary, just facts. "I'm also invoking the non-disparagement clause," I added, "for both of you." My wife started crying. Her sister tried to speak. I raised a hand. Not angry, final. "I knew," I said quietly, "before you tried to erase me." The CEO swallowed. Too late now. I walked out with a settlement and my name intact. At home, I packed. My wife stood in the doorway, shaking. "I never meant—" I didn't let her finish. Meaning is irrelevant when actions are deliberate. I left the ring on the counter. No speech, no forgiveness. Some betrayals don't deserve closure. They deserve exposure and distance. That night, alone in a new hotel room, I slept without dreams. Because when you survive something like that, you don't heal, you detach.